Module 3, Episode 4, the 60-30-10 Rule. So what type of people are you going to meet when you expand your relationship base? Well, our research suggests that 60% will do for you what you do for them if you do it first. Which, while we define this as quid quo pro types of relationships, it's important that you keep in mind that these folks that you're going to be dealing with, the 60% of people who will do for you what you do for them first, those are scorekeepers. Those are people who are not necessarily committed long-term to the relationship, but they will do for you what you do for them. So 30% of people are complete narcissists. Okay, so what's that like? Well, I think we've all been to meetings like this. This is where when you sit down and you have coffee, it's the all about them show. They're lacking eye contact with you. They are taking texts. They are making phone calls. They are not paying attention to what you're saying. And truly, if you get right down to it, the conversation is all about them. They don't have a lot of questions for you because it's the all about them show. Yes, those are the narcissists. Yes. So the conversation with narcissists is that it's got a selfish subcontext. And I want you to keep in mind when you're trying to connect with people, if there's a natural disconnection and they seem to dislike you, 2 out of 10 people statistically, no matter what you do, are not going to like you. So maybe you're looking at me right now going, I don't like her. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. But the sweet 10%, those are wonderful people who you do genuinely connect with. They share values with you. They share affiliations with you, and they share interest with you. People who are the sweet 10% tend to have great chemistry with you. They tend to be selfless in behavior. You generally have a great clear synergy, and the relationship with them tends to be mutually beneficial. So let's recap. 60% of people you meet with are going to do for you what you do for them. But that tends to be a quid quo pro relationship where they keep track and keep score, and that's not necessarily very beneficial. 30% of people are narcissists, and those are people who we just don't want to deal with in general. 10% of people are the sweet 10%. Those are wonderful people to connect with that share your values, that are worthy of the effort in terms of nurturing the relationship and moving it forward. So what are you looking for after you've had coffee or a Zoom call with somebody? Well, you're looking to determine how sincere they are before you invest further in the relationship. Time affords you the ability to see if they behave true to the personality that they presented in your initial meeting. You're asking yourself questions about them like, do they follow through? When I make a call to them, do they take the call or do I go to voicemail? Are they available? Are they responsive? Do they do what they say they will do? If you have a single coffee with them, that's just the start. Do not consider it a relationship until you're doing things after the coffee where trust and rapport are being developed. So in nurturing a relationship, time plays a critical role. This is a lot like dating. You cannot learn everything about someone in the first date. It's impossible to determine the fit. To determine the fit takes time, and time brings about a building of rapport and trust. So how do you build trust with people? First of all, you identify and give them what they need. We've talked about open-ended questions you can use to figure out what they really need. You ask questions at every conversation to show you that you care about them personally. You be real, and you demonstrate vulnerability to them. And you be a safe place for them to confide in. Also, you want to be genuine. Making everyone happy is not a priority as much as being confident in who you are and being unashamed about it. So let's say you're doing really well, you're building a relationship with someone, and then you mess up. What do? Well, our best advice to you is to be transparent, to admit it, own it, apologize, and take responsibility. Most people will offer you that grace, especially if you've been intentional by building trust and rapport with them. I also encourage you, use the phone. People love to get a voicemail where people are just checking in and saying, hey, I just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing, see how your kids are doing, see if that mentor or that introduction worked out. You don't have to bother calling me back, but I just wanted to say hello. Voicemails like that in a time like the world that we live in right now are really valuable, and they show people that you genuinely care. So do not hesitate to leave a voicemail. And the golden rule, give to others first and give frequently. This distinguishes you as a good friend and someone who they can trust will truly be a part of their relational network moving forward.